Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Occupy Mars. Today we're going to be talking about power. The bad, the worst, and of course hopefully the happy ending. Now let's talk about the bad. In our last episode, of course, we built another workshop and we connected it with this. We also doubled the amount of hydroponics that we had. The potatoes are going very well. This is actually third generation, so they have a 7% speed bonus and a 7% seed bonus. Yes, I know, potatoes. Now, the beetroots are taking their own sweet time to grow, so I want to get a hold of the seeds and modify them as quickly as possible so that hopefully in the future they'll be a little bit more speedy. I'm hoping we can get some more seeds in the future, different seeds that is. Now, I also made a food processor and, of course, the seed modification machine. And in here, since this is now our living and work area, I made a 3D printer and, of course, a storage cabinet. That's what it was. I also made some harmless things over here, including a sink, which is a very harmless thing. Unfortunately, these guys are not harmless. And I noticed that they were hemorrhaging my battery. So thankfully, this thing has a circuit breaker. So it's one for each of the bays. So you can see this one is for the 3D printer and it is offline. This one is for the storage cabinet and that is also offline. If you go back in here, the same thing. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, down here, the seed modification machine is off, and of course the food processor. Yeah, this is the CO2 scrubber, but it's not turned on, so it's not really a problem. You know, I probably could turn that on. Yes, I can. You know what? I might as well just go ahead and do that since we're not using that power anyway. More oxygen is good oxygen. And you might notice that the water situation is definitely better. Actually, it was a lot better. So now that we're done with the bad, that is, you know, I have to be very careful what I leave on because otherwise it will drain our battery really quickly. Yeah, let's talk about the worst. And that is dust devils. I'm, not gonna be getting much done today, am I? Well, at least the wind turbines are having fun. Yep. Not getting much done today. Yes, dust devils. So they showed up yesterday at 8 a.m., and they stuck around until 6:30 in the evening, greatly hampering my solar power. So it did a whole bunch of draining. Now, the wind turbines were doing very well. Actually, I went over and saw that they were doing 15 kilowatts. Yeah, I probably need more of them. Maybe bigger, if you know what I mean. So the thing is that it caused me a lot of problems. My battery wasn't very full in the first place because of the drain I was pulling on them, and I wasn't producing a lot of power, so, I mean, it didn't run out, but it was probably fairly close, if you know what I mean. Oh, and you know what? I'm willing to bet that some of these panels, yeah, I can see two of them right now. See, you can kind of tell this one here looks good. This one's got a brown tinge to it, so this one here needs to be cleaned. Over time, the dust will go away, but I really want as much power as possible. Because why wouldn't I? There's one. And I do believe this one here has got a problem too. I also did some electrical work over here. Let me just check the rest of these guys for the moment. And that's not bad, that's not bad. Like I said, I want as much power as possible. I'm power hungry. Is it over 80? I'll be happy with that. It's close. There's probably one. Oh, there's a couple panels there. I see them. And this one. Okay. I think that should be good enough. Second here. Yeah, 83. That's fine. That's going to do fine. The dust will wear off over time as long as I'm getting a lot of power. Now, I wanted the water building up all the time. Because the thing is, I do want to have a lot more than 2 hydroponics in there. So I'm going to need a lot of water. So what I did was I built it its own little power setup with a battery in the middle. So here we have a transformer with 2 connections coming off, one going into each well. Here you have a battery with 1 connection going into here, so the power is being split. Here we have a transformer that's feeding power into the battery through 1 connection. And then we have 2 solar panels plugged into the transformer, which goes through 1 cable into the battery and then into this one in there. You get the general idea. Now, I only made 2 of these because I ran out of electric motors, and each one of these requires 2. However, it was actually doing well keeping it going until the dust devils. So the thing is that I actually had over 400 water the night before. So I think I'm getting close to the point where I can think about a 3rd hydroponic, because I do have more of those good potato seeds, the ones that I just made, the 7/7s. So I wouldn't mind plugging more of them in, because I do need to start thinking about making my own food, because I am starting to run a little bit low on these guys over here. Now, we're going on a road trip, because there is technology that I absolutely must have. So let's go over to the tech tree and electricity and all the way down here. I do have a point, and I want to spend it in the medium solar panel. However, I need this. This is efficient photovoltaics. And if I don't have that, I don't get this. And if I do have this, 1 more point and I can get the big wind turbine. The big ones, not the little ones. If these guys do 15 in the wind, maybe they do like 40, 50, something like that. That will save me during stormy situations. Let's not even think about meteors, because meteors are coming. To a degree, I have been thinking about meteors, though. So here's the thing. These are actually expensive in terms of the fact that each one of them required a small circuit board. I only have 1 left. So I was thinking, how could I actually use this? Well, if I had, say, medium solar panels and a lot of power, I could build this out and I could make a big battery and I could plug it into the second workshop. That would do 1, allow me to have a lot more power going into the base, and 2, a redundant power supply. What happens if a meteor hits my battery? Poof, darkness, cold, dead plants, all kinds of things like that. So having another full system with solar panels, big ones, wind turbines, that sounds like a really good idea, because this guy, especially when it grows, is going to need a lot of power. But none of that is for anything unless I can get the medium solar panels. So this is what we're doing. Road trip. So I was looking at the map, and I couldn't help but notice that this guy right here nearby is something that we have not looked at. So that is where we're going first. Now, if we don't find what we're looking for there, I'm thinking that we can just drive out and hit these 2. They are a bit far, but I mean, I do need to get that technology, and if I don't get it, yeah, it's all for nothing. All right, so that one is not far away. The other ones are far away. As soon as we get that technology, we're coming home, because I would like to build the bigger solar panels while there is sunlight. And hopefully we don't get hit by any other storms for at least a while. And you know, if they could just leave after a couple of hours, that'd be great. I don't even want to think about an all-day meteor shower. That sounds like a terrible idea. All right, so let's back it up. See, here's the thing. I need power. I need a lot of power. There are things that I can make that require like constant power and such that would be very good. I have enough I think it's mechanical points to make a crusher. And of course, I already have this guy who can load rocks into it. So I think that would be a amazing source of materials. But I need power. Lots of power. All right, so let's get over to this place and hope we get lucky. All right, it's a bunch of those little capsules connected together. It should make for a quick search. By the way, I wouldn't mind finding some extra food, that's for sure. All right, let's go. How am I doing? You know, battery power is a little on the low side. Also getting a little hungry too, ain't I? There we go. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that looks like what we're looking for over here. We might as well just check that out first. Okay, so here we go. Now these are random, but I'm hoping it's going to be random on the side that exactly what I need. Like I said, they are random, but maybe they might say, hey, you know what? We should really give him that. Okay, thank you very much. I got what I wanted. But of course, we're going to loot everything else first, aren't we? Okay, so that is a big circuit board. I would like to have had a small one, thank you. Okay, so that is electronics. Anything else in here? I may be taking some things apart. Okay, MRE, very good. Oh, it looks like another one. All right, good. Meals. Meals are very good. All right, let's look around. There's something over there. Wait a minute, what is that? Oh, that's a seed magazine. And that looks like a potato to me. Okay, I have better potato seeds. All right, nothing in here. What is that? Oh, that is cement. And what do you have? Another MRE. Okay, that's very good. I got 3 of those. All right, let's see. First of all, is there anything that I missed? I don't see anything. All right. You know what I see, though? Whoops. I see... Okay, you know what? Go away. Okay, is that a cable? That is a cable. All right. Yeah, this. That's an electronic. Can I take the chair apart? No, apparently the chair cannot be taken apart. Aluminum plate. I could really use some aluminum. There's 2 there. 3. Okay, nothing else. Well, you know, I could just grab the parts from this, because why not? Oh, another cable. Those electrical cables are important. There we go. All right, let's take these guys apart. Okay, that's another aluminum plate. That's 2 aluminum plates. All right, what else do we have? Anything good? I'll take this apart. All right, I don't think I can take any of these apart. Yeah, because they're a part of the capsule. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. Another electronic. Don't think... I don't even know what that is. Whatever it is, it's mine now. Yep, I see another one. All right, how many electronics have we gotten out of that? I can't even see. 5. Total of 5. All right, I did see some of these guys on the way in too, so... All right, we're actually done. We're going to have to save those other outposts for a longer distance road trip. Who knows, by that time we may have like the truck. I think the truck is faster. I mean, we could do the motorbike. I could really make the motorbike now. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Tech tree. Yeah, I have 5 material parts. That's not the one I'm looking for. Yeah, right down here. So if I get this, I can make the motocross and I can make my own ATV. Better than the broken one we have over there, by the way. All right. One thing at a time, though. We do have transportation. Oh. Cable. And another cable. Wait a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the thing is, they don't really stack. You kind of have to force the stacking up there. There we go. Like I said, we got what we wanted, so let's go on back and have some fun with medium solar panels. It's still fairly early, so we should be able to get some power going. All right, let's see what we can do about boosting power. All right, let's move this guy out of the way a bit. And stop. Okay, let's get out. All right. Now, I did unlock that, right? Just verifying here. No, I did not. Boom, there we go. Now it's unlocked. All right, where do I want to put these? I guess maybe I could see about doing rows over here. Yeah, but the cables would be kind of weird at that point. All right, maybe I can put one here for now. After all, I am very likely going to be removing the other ones. Okay, electricity. Now, what do I need for this? Small pipe, not a problem. Aluminum plates, I do have a bunch of those. Solar cells, yeah, not a problem. Electric motors, well, that could be an issue. Oh, electronics is going to be the bigger one. But I mean, I can't make those, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's going to be a little hard to find a home for them that's not in the way. That'll do. All right, we'll just turn it this way for the cable. There we go. All right, so let's make this. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, let me yank the first connection here, since we're doing a replacement. Okay, this one here. And we'll put this in here. All right, let's check out what we have. 36! All right, it's probably base 30 because I did get a skill for efficiency. So remember, it went from 5 to 6. So it probably used to be 30 and now it's 36. Wow, that is 6 times what we're getting from the other ones, though. All right, let's see about pouring this in here. I'm probably going to need a lot of it. Now he has to actually take it. So we're going to do this. And now he's taking it. Okay, that's 115, so he should be getting the 115 now in charging. Right, so 115 is coming in. He's still feeding. Actually, he's feeding less than 40 because I'm not using all the power. But that is going to charge this guy up quick. All right, let's see about charging it even more. I think I can make 2 or 3 more. Let's see how that works out. Blueprint. All right. Let's see, can we, oh, wait a minute. I think that is about as close as we're going to get. All right, turn that way. I mean, once I clear all of this garbage out of here, I can put them wherever I want. For the moment, I just want to do some charging. I mean, I can immediately remove the 2 panels that I am taking apart. I'll probably need the spare parts. There we go. All right, where is the second connection going? You are going here. There we go. You know what? Why don't we just get rid of you so you don't get lost in the shuffle? And where's the other one? Yeah, that doesn't have anything connected to it, so that's it. There we go. All right, what do we got going here now? All right, we need to send more. All right, we'll start with that. And okay, 145. Is that all going now? Yes, it is. How much are you getting? You're getting 145. Yeah, that's going to charge you much quicker now. What do you think? One more? I don't think I could fit one in here, so I would have to put one over this way. All right, let's see. Do I have enough parts to make another one? Yes. Oh, right there. All right, and turn back that way. Okay. Ow! Just swung and hit me there. All right, so let's see. Now, where's that third connection going? Over to you. All right, you know what? Drop that on the ground for a minute because we might as well just get rid of you. And you know what I can't help but notice? It just got darker, didn't it? All right, take that away. Where is that connection? There it is. All right, and plug that in. Yeah, it got kind of dark there, didn't it? But I still have it for the moment. Oh no, it just vanished. Yep, they're all doing zeros now. Because, yeah, that little thing called the sun is gone now. Yeah, we're down there. It did do a lot of charging, though. So that's easily going to get us through the night. Hey, look at that. I lined them all up. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Yeah, so, I mean, the thing about it is one of these guys is 6 of these. And these guys have a lot of parts that I need to get. So, I mean, I can start getting rid of all of these. And as soon as we get that extra point, let's see, how close are we? I mean, with this running overnight, we very well might get the point, and then I could make the big wind turbine in preparations for the next big storm. I wonder how the beetroots are doing. Oh, they're done. They're done. They're ready to be picked. All right, you know what? I'm wondering, should I direct some more power in here? Hold on a second. Let's just say we'll have another 5 or so, something like that. Yeah, like that. I don't think it's going to be a problem. How much total do we have? Nearly 6. All right, first things first. Let's just grab the, here, hold on a second. Yeah, this seed magazine here. This was just standard potato stuff. I still have 10 seeds that I would like to put in. See, I'd like to put 2 more hydroponic benches in, but I need the power and the water to support them. By the way, how is the water doing? Yeah, see, here's the thing. When they have power through the night, that's what you get. It just keeps building up, even though I am using it. That's what I want. That way, if I have 4 of them and they're all drawing power and water, then everything is just fine. All right, so here's the thing. Let's grab the beetroot. All right, one thing I want to do is I want to demonstrate food processing. So let's turn that on. All right, this is the food processing unit. So turn that on. On, please. Yeah, it just kind of vanishes every once in a while. It's kind of weird. All right, so that's this here. I wanted to demonstrate the way this works. All right, I'm going to need to split these guys up a bit. All right, so let's take a look at food processing. All right, so if I just take a regular beetroot, which by the way, you can see has a nutrition of 9 to 9.6. If I just put it in there, it's like, okay, that's what you got. Now, if you double up on it like that, then it doubles the nutrition. Of course, it also halves the number of packages you have. So if I do this again, then it's 3 times. And the last one, boom, we're up to 36 and 38.4. Now, if you look at one of the ones we've been picking up, the nutrition value is 36 to 48. So if I have a lot of these guys coming through, I can just make my own. I'm wondering though, if you mix in different products, like for instance, say I was to put some potatoes in there too, would that be a better value? Here's the thing, I don't want to do this. The reason I don't want to do this, hold on a second, split, okay, is because I need better seeds. All right, we started off with 5. I'm gonna get 7, and they're going to be better seeds. All right, so let's turn off the food processing unit, and let's turn on, if it'll appear, the seed modification machine. Okay, 14, so let's split it in half. And okay, there we go. Boom, and boom. So instead of 14 seeds, I'm only going to get 7, but I'm going to start the process to make them better. And when they all grow, I'm going to get 21 of the beetroots, and I can just keep the process going. So combine, and where is it here? Okay, so there it is there. Oh, did I leave it in there? Okay, here's the thing. I might have to do something. You know what? The easiest way would be I can just turn this on. The oxygen's doing better. I do have to turn this off though. I need the power for something else right now because I remember that I left the planter in there and I do need the power and I don't want the lights to go out. Where is it here? Not the printer. This one. Okay, could we not vanish? Thank you. Yeah, there's the planter. All right, now these were the potato ones that we found. But notice, I know it's really hard to see, but it's got a speed bonus and a seeds bonus of 0. This is the one that I made earlier. Hold on a second. And this one's got a 7% and a 7%. So if I had another functional hydroponics bench, I could just throw them in there and I would be getting some more potatoes. All right, hold on a second. And more potatoes are good potatoes. Where is this? And those are our beetroots, the good ones. All right, so put that in, that in, that in, that in, that, and that. All right, put that away, and I'm going to have to allocate for them. This one? No, not this one. Wait a minute. Yeah, that one right there. That one needed more water. Okay, so that's fine. How long are these guys? Well, these guys are 70%. Yeah, these guys grow really quickly. I'm going to have to put them through the seed process again. We did get more food, but I mean, I want at least 4 hydroponic trays here, always going, so that way I can make seeds with some and I can make food with the others. And I happen to notice that I needed oxygen, so yes, I did leave this one on. And did I need hydration? Yeah, we'll just go to the sink for that. And it is getting kind of late, and I'm guessing the game is going to want me to go to bed fairly soon. Otherwise, it's going to start giving me sleep problems. All right, I'm going to mark that that little yellow one over there as one that we have visited and looted. And in the future, we will be traveling long distance. Maybe we'll have something faster for doing that. Who knows? After all, we are getting close to the point where we can do that. And I couldn't help but notice I was very hungry. Maybe it was all that messing with food that did it. There we go. That's a little bit better. Anyway, it looks like we lucked into the solution to our power problem. So I'm going to replace all of the little panels with big panels, and if I can get that extra point, I'll make the big wind turbines. That way, if one of those storms comes along, we don't lose all of our power. I think that's kind of like an emergency contingency, but I really do wish there was more wind at night or something. I mean, does wind have to be a life-taking storm? Now, when meteorites come, yeah, all bets are off. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Maybe say something in the comments for the great God algorithm. And of course, subscribing is a great way to show your support. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.